Hi guys, how's it going? Now, over the week I went to the Ohio Valley Woodturners Symposium, and oh my gosh, was that a blast. Now, I had a few questions. They were asking how it was and everything, so I figured I'd make a video about it. Now, the way the symposium works is I got together with some of the guys in my club, and we all decided to go down there. We all did a car trip there together, which was kind of fun. And when we get there, you get your tag, a binder with all your demonstrator handouts in it, and then you go into your room, unpack on your bunk beds and everything. And that day, you just kind of hang around, or at least we did. We looked at the vendors area. Some of them were set up and ready to sell. Some of them weren't. The next day, you get your binder, and you look and get a schedule of all the different demonstrators that'll be going on from whatever hour to whatever hour and so forth, and you pick out which demonstration you want to go and see. I saw some things on rough turning bowls and how to cut woods for different grain orientation, very interesting. And then I decided to see some stuff that I've never really seen or thought about doing before. One of these was one of the coolest things I think I've ever seen anybody turn. This kid's name is Derek Weidman, I think his last name is. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's probably Weidman though. Anyways, Derek Weidman does off-center turning, and I mean, it's not just your classic off-center finial or whatever. It is literally a face or a skull or stuff like that. The demonstration that he did was a Halloween-themed project, and he just asked the crowd, there might have been 20 of us watching, what we wanted to see him turn and try to pick a Halloween thing, and somebody said a skull, so he decided to turn a skull, and he takes a chunk of wood, just Kentucky coffee wood that they cut down, puts it on the lathe, looks at it, draws a picture of a skull, looks at the profiles, tries to see how he'll center it up and stuff, and he puts it in between centers, turns the face profile, so it'd be the skull, then a socket for the eye, and then a nose, and then a lip, and then a chin. And then he tips it off center and carves away some material at the back of the head, tips it off center, turns cheekbones, tips it off center again, turns 2 eye holes, and he keeps on doing this, and then he takes an arbor tack and starts putting in detail work into it. And then he takes a blowtorch and torches the edges, so all of the edges and all of his cuts, he doesn't sand, he just makes cuts, they all get torched, and it gives it a nice smooth finish, and it really makes everything pop, and here's some pictures of that. Anyways, I went to see that. It was just fantastic. That was a really cool demonstration. And I saw a couple other things. Here's some more pictures of some of the weird pieces that I saw, and just some pictures that I took from the symposium. As far as the vending area goes, I was having a blast. I only brought a very small amount of money because I knew if I brought more, I'd just end up spending it all. But I ended up buying myself some nice new tools. Some of them were the ultimate sanding kit, which is all the sanding pads that chuck up in a drill. I've never had one, and I figured it's time to get one of those. I got a couple of really nice pieces of wood that I'm going to be turning. I bought myself a nice new live center. I only have just the cheap live centers that come with the lathe, so I bought a nice one that you can put on different cones and stuff onto. And a few other miscellaneous things like bottle stopper kits and blanks and cool stuff like that. And I'd like to give a thank you to Jeff over at Northwoods for this beautiful piece of wood. This is an elm burl, and it has all sorts of crazy spalting and discoloration in it. I'll put up some pictures here soon. And oh my gosh, it is just absolutely gorgeous. All the bark is already power washed off of it. It's just beautiful. Now, plans for this, I think I'm going to be turning a vase with this. So I'm just going to knock off the corners, probably in an upcoming video, and turn a nice natural edged vase with this. Now I'm going to put a link to Jeff's website in the description. He sells all sorts of really highly figured woods and burls from Oregon, so go down there and check out his website. And the symposium lasted the days of October 9th, 10th, and the 11th. We came there on the 8th, and we left on the day of the 11th, and it was just a really fun time. They had fantastic food. Now, I am really impressed by this. It was not like a mess hall cafeteria. It was called a dining hall. We go in there, and just to give you an example of our ordinary meal, the last dinner that we stayed there, they had candles lit everywhere. They had music playing in the background, and the waitresses would come in and serve us, and our meal was prime rib. You can get it rare or well cooked. And all breakfasts and lunches were just as good as that. Prime rib. So if any of you guys are considering going to a symposium, I would highly recommend the Ohio Valley Symposium. It was just a blast. Now, a lot of guys will say, just go to a symposium like this for your first one, and they're absolutely right. Do not go to the national Pittsburgh Symposium and stuff. I think it's too big to start off with. It's just too much to see at first, so go to something like this. I had an absolutely fantastic time. And remember, this week is the Peter Matthew week of videos, so every single day there will be a video uploaded at 10 a.m. So follow along during the week and stop on by, and I will see you guys then.